Are you guys ready for day 142? Let's go!
What's up, guys? I am Michael McEnroe, and this is Leo the Hiking Dog. For the last year, we have been planning and preparing for this thru-hike of the Appalachian Trail. Thank you for joining our adventure. If you are enjoying the journey, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We would be super thankful.
Good morning. It is day 142, and we are off and running. Off to an early start because I got big miles I want to get today. So there's not a lot of elevation today, so we're going to see if we can't knock out 23. So that'll give us our 20 for the day and make up for the 3 yesterday. That's what our aim is today. It's going to be a little wet this morning. Things going to dry out today. I don't think there's any rain in the forecast at all today, so we should be good, but the trail's just soaked from the soaking we got yesterday when we literally were walking in a creek at the end of the day. But I got some dry socks on right now. Shoes are still damp, but hopefully they dry out if I can keep from stepping in these puddles and keep these socks from getting wet. But today's gonna be an awesome day. We're gonna try to knock out some good miles, and we're already up at elevation. So the Bigelows are about, so we're at 3,000 something feet. The Bigelows are 4,000 feet. So we're gonna do about 1,000 feet of climbing this morning, and but after that, it should be a lot of smooth sailing for a while. So we should be able to, like I said, just eat into some of these miles, enjoy the day, get into Monson in a few days, and then we'll be wrapping it up for the end, guys. It's gonna be amazing. All right, it's a beautiful morning. Here we go. All right, we made it to the Bigelow Mountain South Horn, 3,831 feet. So yeah, it's the first of the Bigelows. So we're gonna go here to the West Peak, and so there's not very many views right now, but it's early in the morning because we still got started at 6, so it's probably only 6:30. We got up pretty quickly. So we're gonna make our way down this one, keep on moving. Maybe these clouds will lift up as the day goes on. It's just beautiful out here, though. I love when the clouds are just blowing through and the mist is just like rolling through the trees. It's absolutely gorgeous. You know, it's gorgeous in a different way other than a view. So, all right, here we go. I am in a good flow this morning. It just feels nice and smooth for first time in a while, as far as being able to catch a stride and keep a good pace going. So I think that's going to make for a really good day. And I also got some news from Zpacks. They don't want me to summit in this Granite Gear backpack, which I don't blame them. I don't really want to summit this Granite Gear backpack either. I've walked with the Zpacks backpack for 2,000 miles, and so they are going to send the loaner backpack to Shaw's, so I'll have it there waiting for me so that I can finish this thing through the 100-mile wilderness in the backpack that I started in. Not the same backpack, but at least the same model backpack that I started in. So that'll be a good thing, because after wearing this backpack for just one day, I mean, it'll suffice. It's not a bad backpack by any way, shape, or form, but I'll tell you two things about it that I've already noticed. All right, so the weight is distributed between my hips and my shoulders. If you notice, the shoulder straps are solidly against my body, as to where my other shoulder straps kind of rose above my shoulders, and the weight was all on my hips and not on my shoulders. So that's number one. So yesterday, at the end of the day, my shoulders were a little sore. Now my body would adjust to that. That wouldn't be a big deal. Your body will adjust, and then your shoulders won't be sore anymore after a few days of wearing it like that, and getting used to how it works. But the second thing is the rain. This backpack is supposed to be water resistant. It didn't resist anything. But thankfully, the way that I packed the pack, being my food bag was in the bottom. I mean, there was water all in the bottom of the backpack and in the bottom of my food bag. So when I pulled my food bag out and set it down inside of the shelter, there was literally like water coming out of the bottom of my food bag. Which everything in my food bag is individually zip-locked in. So I didn't it didn't ruin anything or make anything, in there wet. But it definitely does not resist water very well. It definitely holds water, if not soaks up a little bit water, which adds a little to the weight when it gets wet. So that's the reason why I'm not a big fan of these. I don't even know what material this one's made out of. More of a what do they call that material? But anyway, whatever this backpack's made out of holds water. And like your Dyneema and your Ultra fabrics do not hold any water. Now, whether they stay 100% waterproof is still not, true, but they don't hold water. I promise you that. My Zpacks backpack didn't get any water in it at all until about 1,800 miles into the trip. And I just think that, with use and wear and tear over the time, there might be some small holes here and there in the backpack, and so a little bit of water got in it, but it doesn't hold any water. As far as the material goes, it doesn't soak up water, and the water doesn't stay in the material at all. So that's what I do love about that backpack and the way that it carries. So I'll be reunited with a Zpacks in Monson. So all we have to do is just get the Shaws. Alright, here we go. Welcome to the Alpine Zone. Alright, I think we're going up to the top of the next Bigelow here. Here shortly. Once again, everything's still socked in, but still beautiful in its own way. As the clouds are blowing through while you're hiking, it's another form of beauty. I can see a big formation up ahead. elevation 4,150 feet. No views other than the clouds blowing through, but absolutely beautiful. All right, we're gonna keep on moving to try to keep this pace up. Peak of the Bigelow Mountains. It's early in the morning, guys, so we're getting a lot of this the clouds and stuff, but still beautiful up here. Alright, keep on pushing on. Let's go. Not quite sure what this is or what it was. Maybe it's an old shelter. Let's get up here and see. Or maybe it was a tower here. Yeah, it looks more like there might have been a tower located in this situation or this area at one point in time. Very cool. Alright guys, that's it for the Bigelows. We have completed all of the southern Maine 4,000 footers. Now it's just time to make the push to the 100-mile wilderness. I don't think there's any other big climbs. I mean, there's going to be ups and downs. We're still in the mountains. Don't get me wrong. There'll be 3,000 footers all day long. But I think that's it for the southern Maine portion of the climbing. The big mountains. And the Bigelows were kind of, easy. They weren't that bad. So, yeah, we can check those off our list. And it's time now to move to the 100-mile wilderness. We got a few days before we get there. But we're going to make the push. And, yeah, it's going to be good. See if I can't get back into my flow after getting into those alpines and coming down from them. It doesn't seem like these downhills are that treacherous. I'm making one right now while the camera's on, so they can be dangerous, especially as slick as it is this morning. Don't get me wrong, any spot can be a bad spot if you put your foot in the wrong place. But right now, these don't seem like they're straight down, which is a big change from a lot of the 4,000 footers that we've been climbing up, and then you go straight back down. So you're hand over hand climbing, and then you're hand over hand climbing down. So, all right, here we go. Keep on pushing. said Old Man's Head is an excellent view. So I've never seen somebody write on the sign, an excellent view. So we're gonna go check it out. It's a 0.1 off the trail, but if it's an excellent view, I believe it'll be worth it. Add a little mileage to our big day. Well, the sign was truthful. This is an excellent view. What an amazing lake down there. Absolutely beautiful. Look how remote Maine is. You don't see any houses, you don't see any cabins, you don't see anything out here. It's just so remote, so wild, but yet so beautiful. All right, let's get back to trail. Well, we just had a very cool encounter with a couple of Sobo hikers that are, one of them is a subscriber, and he said that he's been following and watched all my gear videos, and then another one, and I've heard about her before because she is carrying a pigeon with her. She is hiking with a pigeon. Now, I've heard of somebody hiking with a cat before, but I think she might be the first to be hiking with a pigeon. So she has it in a little, dog carrying kennel kind of a thing, and she adopted it. I think it had a broken wing, and it can't be released back into the wild. So she's carrying the bird seed for the pigeon, and in her tent she lets the pigeon out. In the shelter she lets the pigeon out. But when she's hiking, she's carrying the pigeon in a little dog kennel. That was so funny, so hilarious, but also pretty cool and amazing. So I heard about her from some other southbound hikers and just ran into them. Forgot to video any of it because they were, just being nice, and they were wanting pictures and wanting to talk to me. So, I don't generally pull out the camera and put it in people's faces when we have interactions like that. That's a little weird. But yeah, just the general excitement of them wanting, running into me was pretty cool. I love getting recognized out here on trail, not because, I feel like I'm anything that needs to be recognized out here, but it means I was just doing a good job of documenting my process coming out here, so that people saw it. And so yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, we're just about 8 miles into the day. It's between 10 and 11. I don't know exactly what time it is, but we're doing great. I think we're gonna get to our mileage goal because we're about done with a lot of this. I don't know, not a lot of the climbing, but there is. We're here. One more thing. I made a mistake. I said we were done with the Bigelows, but this is Little Bigelow. Everybody forgets about Little Bigelow. See the sign right there? There's the Little Bigelow. He's just a little Bigelow, and everywhere he goes, everybody forgets about him. Yeah, see, I got skills. Change Gigolo to Bigelow. All right, but anyway, stupid joke again. All right, but yeah, so that's the end of the Bigelows right there. Little Bigelow was the last Bigelow. It's just, it was too small to register. We were done with the 4,000 footers, not the Bigelows. So, but now we're done with the Bigelows. All right, we're gonna keep on hiking. Guys, we have come down off of the mountain and looking for a place to have lunch right now. We've got 12 miles in. It's not even 1 o'clock yet, so I think it's very possible for us to get our 23 today. These bugs will leave me alone. I need to put my bandana back on. I was going down the mountain and they weren't bothering me, so I was like, oh, I'll just take my bandana off. But now they're back. So I need to put my bandana back on. But anyway, we're looking for a place to stop and have lunch. I think there's a lake coming up, so maybe there's just a beautiful spot by it. And then yeah, we're gonna keep on pushing and see if we can't get a lot of miles today. I think I see the lake through the trees right here. So yeah, definitely. Man, that's huge. Huge lake. Massive body of water. All right, we're gonna find us a beautiful spot here and sit and enjoy. Oh look, here's a little trail. Let's go look. Absolutely beautiful. I love a good body of water like this. Oh man. Just gotta look for a good lunch spot now. You knew I was getting in, right? Well, that was a fantastic little lunch break. Took a little dip in the lake there and ate my food. Now we got a full belly and it's time to push these last 11 miles. So we've already got 12 miles underneath our belt. It's probably a little after 1 o'clock now. I didn't look at my clock again. But if we push till 6 or 7 o'clock, I think we should be able to do those 23 miles today. So yeah, all right, here we go. Well, guys, ever since the little dip in the lake, we've been in Cruise City. We're 3:30 in the afternoon. We got 16 and a half miles in already, and yeah, I'm able to really move in this terrain. This is what we call flatlander terrain. That's what they call us people from Florida, as flatlanders. Not flat earthers, flatlanders. But yeah, this is actually like nice and smooth. Besides the mud, you just gotta kind of watch your step in the mud. Fall count's still at 0 as of right now in Maine. I'm trying to keep it that way. It's tried to get me like 3 times already today, but it's okay. We're gonna get some miles in today, guys. So if we get to that 23 and I still got some daylight, we might push to 25. I don't know. We'll just have to kind of see how it goes. It says it's 3:30 in the afternoon, and yeah, it's going to be at 17 miles here soon. So very smooth day. Gonna be able to get a lot of miles in. Now, the Kennebec River crossing is tomorrow, so that's one of the reasons why we needed to get a big day in, because they only do the crossing. The guy is only there to take you across between the hours of 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. So we'll definitely be able to make that tomorrow. So I don't know what the rest of the terrain looks like till the 100-mile wilderness, but man, if it's like this, we're going to be moving. We are going to be moving. So yeah, funny, I just ran into God, I can't remember his name, but so I met Two Plates on the Foothills Trail. She's the one that kept Leo for me while I was in the Smokies, and she was doing trail magic with another gentleman, and he's a triple crowner, and I can't remember his name off the top of my head. I want to say Jeff, but anyway, he is doing a southbound hike right now, and I just ran into him. So small world. Yeah, he was there doing trail magic for me in my North Carolina, South Carolina hike of the Foothills Trail. If you haven't watched that hike yet, you can, and you're looking for some content from us, you can go back and watch that Foothills Trail hike. It was only 4 or 5 days, but it's great content. You'll see me get my first couple of 20s. Those were the first time I ever had done 20 miles in a single day. Out here it became a regular thing, but for me back then, it was a big deal. I remember the first time I was trying to get to 20, I was about 17 miles, and I had to call my wife and said I needed a pep talk because I didn't want to do it because everything hurt, and I didn't want to keep going. And she kind of talked me through it and got myself back in the mental space to keep on pushing. Now it's funny because I don't even know how many 20s I got under my belt now. We're fixing to have another one today. So yeah. So yeah, if you want to watch those Foothills Trail videos, they're up there. If you haven't watched them yet, give you guys some content. So, but yeah, been a fantastic day. I'm trying to not get the camera out too much because of how fast I am moving. I'm almost slightly trail running because the train is letting me finally. we haven't been able to have terrain like this in a long time with all of the New Hampshire and the Maine 4,000 footers. And when I can get into a flowy state like this, it's not a lot of energy for me to just kind of flow forward like I am right now while we're talking. I'm looking at my feet, not at the camera, but constantly scanning for rocks and roots. But yeah, I can move like this at this pace and it not even exert me as much as sometimes, climbing up over a 4,000 footer at 1.5 miles an hour. I can move at this pace and not even get tired versus, that will exhaust you. So, all right, I'm gonna put this camera away and we're gonna see how far we get today. Somebody throw out some guesses for the end of the knowledge and we'll see where we get. All right, here we go. All right, guys, we just stopped to take a short break. Little pond right here. Not a little pond, a huge pond. We're 18 miles in. It is 4 o'clock. So I just wanted to take 5 minutes off my feet before I continue pushing to see how far we can get today. I think we can get a good amount of miles. Definitely going to get 23, if not more, but we'll see. See how it goes. It's been nice and smooth, but every now and then you got to just stop and take it in. It's not a real good place for me to go swimming. Pretty big boulders right there with the sloshing water, but just wanted to sit and enjoy the lake for a minute. Guys, it is 5 o'clock and we're at 20 miles. So what a fantastic day. We just went through like a major bog area. That kind of slowed me down for a little bit because I couldn't keep up a very good pace because I was rock hopping and trying to keep the feet dry. They didn't stay dry, but I mean, just trying to keep them as dry as possible. So yeah, we're gonna keep on pushing, see how far we can make it today. I don't know where I'm gonna stop at anytime soon because there ain't no camping right here. Everything is way too wet. Just everything is wet in this area right now. So we just gotta keep going. So I'm gonna maybe go till 7 tonight. We'll see how it goes until I find something. So we might be able to make it. Might be able to make it 5 more miles. I don't know. It just depends upon the terrain, and like I said, if I find a spot that I can camp at, because I can't camp out here in the swamp. Keep expecting Shrek and Ogre or Shrek and Donkey to pop out and like, what are you doing in my swamp? That was a terrible accent, but that was not a Shrek accent whatsoever. So anyway, all right, I'm gonna put this camera away so I can keep on moving as fast as possible. Leo, stop. And yeah, we'll talk to you soon. Oh, this is nice. Where's this been throughout the rest of the bogs in Maine? I guess I just wanted to give us one little section and we can walk across with some dry feet. That's another little beautiful pond This one has a little beach right here. If I can find some camping and some fresh water near here, we might be done for the night. I can jump in this water and swim at the end of the night. It will be nice. So, alright. First we gotta find some fresh flowing water. I prefer not to drink pond water. I mean, I can't filter it, but I don't want to. I'd rather not. I like to find a stream, but most of these ponds have something flowing into them. So we gotta find some fresh water and then a campsite. There's no camping right there at that beach. I was just hoping maybe there'd be some camping near it so I can come back to it. Alright. So fresh water, then camping. We're gonna figure those two out. We gotta find one before the other. I can find the perfect camp spot in the world, but I gotta have fresh water first. Alright guys, it is 6:30. I finally found me some fresh water. Got all of my bottles filled up. Now we just have to find us a campsite. Maybe there's one right up over here, over the ridge. Also got Leo's feet washed off, all the mud before he gets in the tent. I'd rather than be a little bit wet getting in the tent than muddy getting in the tent. So, alright, we are in search of a campsite now. Now we have water, we just need to find a spot to lay down. We have been hiking for 12 and a half hours now. I mean, that includes breaks, but anyway. Alright, hopefully we find a spot soon. Alright guys, that's it for the night. I climbed in the tent here. I've got to get everything set up. And we made it 23.8 miles today. So big day. Kennebec River crossing tomorrow. Don't miss it. See how far we get. We'll see you guys tomorrow.